Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Samsul Arifin. I from Biology Department offering G. In this video, I want to present about why every animals have a different behaviors. For the example is why the birds will nest in the trees, and why the squirrel parent takes her child by beating his son back. To know that, we must understand about ethology. What is ethology? Ethology is the scientific study of how animals behave, particularly in their natural environment. For the example is how the fish can swim and how the duck can swim, and how the ant communicate with other ant. This is the type of behaviors. The first is innate behaviors. Innate behaviors is an animal behaviors that automatically exists since it was born without going through a learning process. In innate behavior, there is two parts. The first is imprinting. The second is fixed action pattern. The second is learned behaviors. Learned behaviors is an animal behavior which is a learning process. Animal behavior that not automatically exists since it was born. No. There is four parts of habituation, innovation, imitation, and associative learning. Innate behaviors. The first is imprinting. Imprinting is form of learning which is a young animal fixes its attention on the first object in nature. The object is almost invariably parents. For the example is duckling will following the first object when it was hatching. Like this. The duckling was following human. The second is fixed action pattern. Fixed action pattern is series of sequence of actions that occur behaviorally in animal which the sequence is unchangeable and will be carried out to completion once start. For the example is the bird rolls the egg back to the nest using the side head motion. Side stimulus is the appearance of an object near the nest. If the goose lost the egg during the retrieval process, it stops the head motion, but continue pulling motion to retrieval. Learned behaviors. The first of learned behaviors is habituation. Habituation is losing of responsiveness to unimportant stimuli. Learn not to respond to rapid occurrence of the stimulus. For the example is brown bear habitation in Alaska. Bear viewing the leads to bird tolerancing people at the close range. The second is innovation. Innovation is ability to do something right the first time with no prior experience. It requires reasoning ability and skill to look at a problem and come up with a appropriate solution. For the example is the monkey arranged the chair to take food in the floor. The third is imitation. Imitation is ability of organism to learn how to do something by watching another individual do it first, even if they have never attempted it themselves. For the example, young chimpanzees will watch their mother crack nuts with a rock doll before learning the technique themselves. Like this. And the last is associative learning. Associative learning is process by which animal take one stimulus and associate it with another. The first of associative learning is classical conditioning. Classical conditioning is a form of learning where a conditioned stimulus comes associated with with an unrelated unconditioned stimulus in order to produce behavior response known as the conditioned response. Before conditioning, unconditioning stimulus produce an conditioned response or salivation. A neutral stimulus belt does not have an effect during condition to unconditioned stimulus food is present rapidly just after the presentation of the neural stimulus or bell. After the conditioning, the neural stimulus alone produces a conditioned response salivation thus become a conditioned stimulus like this. The second is operant condition. Operant condition is a form learning where a conditioned stimulus become associated with an unrelated unconditioned stimulus in order to produce a behavioral response known as a conditioned response. Having received for the example is the wolf having a receiver a face full of quills. A young coyote has probably learned to avoid Poreupinas. Okay, that that is my presentation about how the animals have a different behaviors. Thank you for watching this video. I apologize and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.